Well, would you look at this? They changed their uploader. Now, why are they changing their uploader when fundamental things about YouTube are still broken? Oh yeah, and another bug with this, although in Google's eyes it's probably not a bug, but in my eyes, and probably with the eyes of everybody else, this is a huge bug. You can't change any of the information after you have started uploading it. Whereas with the old one, you could always change it. I don't even have any words for it. Witness to something of a minor miracle here. It involves this machine. Now, why is that in there? Oh, why is that in there too? But anyway, that should be all of the junk that's in, or that was in here. Well, there's another piece of junk in there. Oh, that's not important either. There's a lot of junk in here, obviously, but I want the laptop part of it. Let's be careful with it. What happened was I'd actually replaced the display with the one out of the T61P, which is why there are parts for a T61P display right here. I've got the bezel. I think I've still got the screws for it too. Whoops. Somewhere. This is a dead display for my T61. It's cracked, so it's completely useless. Might take that apart, part it out, sell it. Probably do the same with this stuff. This is parts for a T61P display. And that's torn apart because I actually took the display out of my T500, which is sitting right there. That old display, that WXGA display is sitting right there, and I put the display in here. So I could have a bigger, better display. 1920 by 1200. Would you believe it? A couple days later, I'd done this on Thursday, or last Thursday, and yesterday, would you believe it, or 2 days ago, well, 2 days ago now, would have been yesterday if you're counting right now as being part of, well, yesterday. But anyway, so on today's, it would have been on Tuesday, okay, anyway. So on Tuesday, I dropped this sucker onto a ceramic tile floor. Yes, so you can see that there's a little bit of damage there that was caused by my dropping it onto that floor. This was perfect when I put it back together, and now it's not. So something's going to need to be done about that. This side is okay. It was dropped on this corner, and it fell flat onto the back, right here. Got dirt all over it, and I was speared because I thought the panel would have been cracked. Imagine my surprise when I turn it on, and there's absolutely no cracks on it whatsoever. Should probably plug it in. You can see it's perfect. That is something that just never happens. That's a minor miracle. But I wonder if you'll be able to hear it. Probably won't do it on camera. There was a hardship pose on the computer. You can see it's quite slow. There you go. You can hear that obviously the hard drive took a bit of a hit and is no longer functioning properly. So that's a little bit of a problem, and today I'm going to be replacing it because it is ungodly slow. So I can't deal with that. I've got a couple of drives I can put in here. I might put my Toshiba in here, or I might just put one of my Seagates. I might put my 7200.4 in here because this is a 7200 RPM Hitachi that's in here right now. So you can see it's just like completely lagging out. I have the sound turned off because, of course, this is used in a school environment without headphones on. Wow, it got it on the first try. Now, how amazing is that? Stuff like that never happens. So you can see it is kind of, sort of, still running. You know what the weird thing is? When it pops up, I'll show you. That's the only time I've ever dropped a laptop, other than my EPC, which I dropped because I tripped over something. This I was trying to help somebody with, and it slipped out of my hands. Because, of course, I was holding it by the battery pack with my hand. Here we go. You can see that it still shows up as a good drive. With no reallocated sectors, no shock error, nothing like that. The only thing wrong with it is 5 reallocation events, and that hasn't changed since when I put this drive in. So I'm not quite sure what's going on here. It's probably just something in the mechanical subsystem getting ready to fail. So we're going to shut this off, we're going to image the drive, we're going to put the new drive in, and we're going to do all of that as soon as I possibly can. Hopefully I can get that done in, well, I'll say about an hour. I'll give it an hour because this is a drive that's not functional properly, so speeds are not going to be really fast. Check out this glitch. So I just posted a comment here and typed into a text box, but it seems to still think that there's a text box available for text input here. As you can see, I can't put any text in there. This thing doesn't support N key rollovers, so it won't. That's weird. If I click somewhere else, it goes away, and I can't bring it back. Alright, so the imaging process took about, well, almost 35 minutes. So that wasn't too bad. Okay. So I'm going to have to figure this thing out. I want to remove that drive. Please let me... What? Seriously? I didn't even open that. That made a really loud clicking noise. So I'm going to take that drive out, put the new drive in, which is this Seagate 7200.4, which is out of warranty. So, well, we're just going to use it and do all of that. If it fails, oh well, I've got spares. So let's go ahead and do this. Alright, so that Seagate drive actually has my Linux stuff on it for my compact, but I've now got Linux on the Acer, so none of that matters. We're going to go ahead and restore this to it. What is this? T500. Let's go ahead and restore this image. Select the disk. We're going to restore it to, well, if I can scroll down, to that drive. Copy selected partitions. This one I'm going to delete. I'm going to resize that to the full size. Hit OK. Hit next, and finish. Alright, in another half an hour, that's now completed. So theoretically, I should now be able to remove that. Alright, transplant was successful. This screen is a lot more reflective than the old one was, because you can see my reflection in there. So, anyway. Hello, lens dust. Let's get rid of that. That didn't help a whole lot. I don't know why. The focus on this camera is off. Anyway, let's power it up for the first time and see what happens. Hopefully this works. Oh, it's got a blue screen. Yeah, I thought so. Unmountable boot volume. So let me figure this one out. Alright, I found the problem. I had turned off AHCI mode so I could test another drive with HDAT2, because HDAT2 493 does not support AHCI mode CD-ROM drives, or SATA CD-ROM drives. It just would refuse to boot. So, I think that was the source of all my problems, maybe. I don't know. It looks like it's going to actually start. Yeah, it looks like it's booting. So that's good. So far, I'm actually liking this HP print calc as well, because it has been fairly useful for me. I have printed quite a few things off, but there's still quite a bit of paper off here. I'm planning on using it so, like, when I do work for somebody, I can put in all of this data and make a receipt up, instead of having to handwrite everything, like I've been doing for the last several years. Alright. Oh, don't you no-match me. It was working so fine before. There we go. Ah, yes. That's much better. Of course, this is a 423 AS, which is 7200 RPM. Really? I need to reboot my computer? Yeah, all this stuff is loading a lot faster. I don't have to wait for things to start working again. I like that. We'll restart later. I think we need to do updates anyways. That's not what I was looking for. I was looking for... Whoa, not that. This. I think there is an update available for Security Essentials anyways. Or maybe not. Alright, so this is now open. Let's see. What's going on in the realm of this drive? Come on, CDI, start working. Alright, so we got a good drive with 5781 hours of power on, 305 startups. And that's how many hours we've got on the drive, which is not a lot. But this drive is perfect, in perfect health, and I think that's where I'm going to cut this video off, because most of the other stuff that I'm doing, you will have seen already. So thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. I hope to see you next time. Till then.